Hey guys, I want to take a second and talk about Young Life and the church, and where we fit into that. And I don't mean Young Life and the church as far as a denomination, but I'm talking about the church, capital C, the body of Christ. I think it's a beautiful picture with Young Life as we have so many leaders that come from different denominations, whether it's Catholic, or Episcopalian, or Methodist, or Presbyterian, or Baptist, or non-denominational, or Lutheran, or whatever, that we all have this little unifying thing of Young Life that we get to go be a part of to reach lost high school friends. And so with that, I want to talk about how we'll fit into the church and what that looks like. Young Life, I see, is a front porch to the church. If the church is our home, if the church is where we belong, what we were made for, it's where our Father is. We, as Young Life, the location of the room in that house is the front porch. It's the place that's kind of non-threatening. Anybody can walk up to there. The front yard, even. It's where we'll hang out and engage with kids and maybe throw a frisbee in the front yard or hang out in rocking chairs on the front porch, building relationships with them, hopefully that they feel comfortable enough one day to walk inside that door and find that there's a living room full of life there where they can lay down on the couch, or maybe even more so that they're welcome at the dining room table, that they actually have a seat at that table where they can sit down. That's theirs. It's where they belong. And so to do that, we desperately want kids to experience life with Christ and life in the body of Christ. And our goal is to get them off the front porch and into the house. With that, we think that church is an important place for our leaders to be connected at before anything else. We ask that you would be a member of a church, that you would submit to the authority of a church, and that in that church or in somewhere in that capacity, you have somebody that is discipling you. Hopefully one-on-one, just because as you're pouring yourself out to kids, it'd be great for you to be having someone pour into you. And I don't know if that's a pastor or a friend or just somebody you respect, or if it's just a small group. At least it's a group of people that are pouring into you and know what's going on in your life, that as you're pouring out, you're being fed directly. Another thing with our churches, we like to have a really good relationship with all the churches in our area. And so a lot of you go to these different churches, and we would love for you to talk about Young Life. We'd love for you to be an advocate for Young Life, that Young Life wants to partner, that wants to be a part of what the church is doing. We want to get kids in there and be a part of that body. So talking Young Life up, explaining and helping people understand what Young Life is and what we get to do, and bringing them on, inviting them in to be a part of that story. We also invite you that as you have those conversations with kids and you build the relationship to know them and to build that trust, that they're wanting to trust their life with Jesus, that we wouldn't keep them in Young Life, but we would invite them in to be a part of that body. A lot of us go to different churches out here, and so I encourage you to invite them to come be a part of your church. And if knowing that church might not be the right fit for them for whatever reason, know that we would like to get together as leaders and decide, hey, where is a good spot for your kid? Where is a good church that we can connect them to? Because that is going to be the thing that's going to feed them for the rest of their life. That is the body of Christ. And our hope is that they'd stay with Young Life and be connected in some way forever, especially with you as their leader. But more than that, we want them to be a part of the body of Christ, that there is a place for them, that there is a seat at the table in that house, that they wouldn't just spend their entire life hanging out on the porch where Jesus is at, but that they would experience the richness and the intimacy of being in the home. God, I just ask that you would bless us in this effort and these leaders as they go out and infiltrate these high school and middle schools, these corners and pockets of our community where there are lost people, and that you would use them to bring them home into your church, into your body, to be one with Christ and to know you as their Father. Guys, I thank you so much for being in this with us, and thank you for engaging us as the body of Christ and letting Young Life be the front porch that or even not even the front porch, just a doormat that kids get to walk across as they enter into fellowship with the Father and enter into fellowship with the rest of the body of Christ. Thanks, guys.